Alright. Hello, everyone. My name's Evil Spirit. Welcome to another discussion. This will actually be a little different because normally I would put my discussions on like a video, like my Mega Man 3 playthrough was mostly me and Roxy discussing FNAF. But this time it's actually going to be uploaded onto Evil Spirit Vlogs because I feel like that'd just be a better place for these. Speaking of Roxy reviews, Roxy, welcome back to the channel. We're going to actually be discussing a TV show by the name of Helluva Boss, as Season 2 just ended a couple days ago.
Both TV and show in massive quotation marks.
Yeah, the web show, I guess we should call it. So, Roxy has a full, I'm guessing Roxy, by the time this video will be out, or around the time this video will be out, Roxy's working on a Season 2 video, I believe. You said you're going to make a Season 2 ranking. I don't know if that's true, but, Roxy, is that true?
I haven't started working on it yet. I'll go when I go back to my phone.
Yeah.
In a couple of days.
Yeah. Yeah, so, maybe I'll release this a little after your Season 2 ranking or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll just release it whenever I can. So yeah, me and Roxy both watched... I think we watched every episode of Helluva Boss. Yeah, I have too.
And I've seen most of them multiple times.
Yeah, same.
I think most of them have the Season 2 finale multiple times. But I've seen every other episode of the show at least twice. Which is shaped in the case of some of them, especially Unhappy Campers.
Oh God.
I apologize.
I guess we could start with what we believe to be our least favorite episodes.
It's Unhappy Campers. It's everybody's least favorite.
That's more one of my least favorites, mostly because I feel like Unhappy Campers... I don't know, because it was like when Unhappy Campers came out, I think that was like the last season we got, like the last episode we got for a while, or I think that's actually when I started watching this show. Unhappy Campers was the newest episode.
No, sorry, no, it was Mammon's. It was Mammon-tastic mid-musical, especially long and annoying title episode. It was that. That was the one that had like a huge time jump.
I'm actually going to pull up the episode list because I don't know them by order. But I should have done this a little bit beforehand. Sorry. Hello, boss. Okay. Yeah. So, I guess we'll start from the beginning. The first episode we got of the season was the circus. Believe it or not, that's what my Xbox Pro... Baby stole us as my Xbox profile picture.
Really?
Yeah. I really like this episode, personally, because I think... Go right ahead.
I think it's good.
I think this is probably one of the best episodes of the entire series. Hands down.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like, the writing in this episode felt way more airtight. The characters felt way more unique and different. Like, the characters are complex. It gives off an interesting backstory of Blitzo's home life that we didn't really get to see too much in, like, normal episodes of Helluva Boss. I don't know. I really like this episode a lot. And I think the general consensus is that this is probably one of the best episodes of the series.
I don't know if that's the general consensus. I definitely... Especially with, Well, first off, it's kind of funny just to hear Jafar say it, like, fucking bitch. But also, what it does is further establish, I guess, the racist divide within Hell's.
Yeah, the rich versus poor, the imps are the lower class, and all that type of stuff. I just really like... I just like that we also get to see how Stolas and Blitz really got to meet each other. Because that was like a question I had back in season 1 was like, how do they know each other? And I think they just did a good job showing that off.
I will say, I do think it's weird that Blitz remembered Stolas' description of the Grimoire
Mm-hmm.
all those years later.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that it happened, the fact that the time jump was 25 years later means that it means that Stolas and Stella had Octavia when they were teenagers, which is not good to think about.
Mm-mm. It's really not. But yeah, overall, I really like this episode, though. Like, there's some problems. Like you pointed out, the dates being a little wacky, I agree with. I also...
Well, okay, here's the thing. Even though that's messed up, I mean, the whole system is messed up, so if they were trying to do that to drive home just how messed up the system is, that's one thing. That I could understand.
Yeah, because they show... I think, wasn't it like, they show, like... What was her name? Fuck. What's Stolas' wife's, or ex-wife's name again? I can't legitimately remember. Stella. When they show... I love that scene when when Stolas' dad is like, oh yeah, you're going to be marrying her, and Stolas just immediately fucking loses it. Just starts crying. It was fucking hilarious. He's just like, oh...
Yeah, also...
Mm-hmm.
Also, Stolas' father being shit is kind of... Like...
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense, because Stolas obviously doesn't want to be him within the show itself.
Yeah.
Although, Stolas is still a horrible father, just not in the same way.
Yeah. At least he seems like he gives a shit. Like, unlike his bastard of an actual father.
Oh, shit. My family is coming just a sec.
Okay, yep, go right ahead. We'll be right back. We are back, and we are talking about episode 2 now, which is Seeing Stars. I'll be honest.
Here's what I find.
Oh, go right ahead.
This is when I'm gonna get into like a point of contention. I don't know if you saw it, but I posted it as like a meme on Reddit. I linked it in the server, but I posted a meme making fun of how fans of the show will say, like, if you point out, oh well, Veronica raped Moxie, she's horrible as well, and then fans would be like, yeah, but that was a gag, you're not supposed to take it seriously, and I'm just like, what?
I feel like that's also kind of like the same
Doesn't
thing.
mean she didn't do it. It doesn't mean she didn't do it.
That's like the directors of For the Boys who said like, oh well, there's a scene where there's a Batman ripoff character named Tech Knight. He abuses a character named Huey, who's like one of the main characters. Like, he forces him into sex, and the directors came out and said, well, it was supposed to be like, they thought it was funny, but it was like very fucked up.
But but you see what I mean? Helluva Boss fans, like, any discussion about that show where you point out that a character has done something wrong, they'll just go, oh, but that was supposed to be funny. Which is why I think it's so weird. Like, in the case of Seeing Stars, where like Luna's like literally attacking Blitz at the beginning, and then after having the heart-to-heart with Octavia, where she's like, well, our dads are trying, doesn't that count? She then just kicks Blitz in the crotch, and I'm just like, that's fucking... Not only is that weird, that's out of character, first off, because she's been more of an apathetic character for most of the show.
Yeah.
But,
this episode I barely remember, like, even, like, skimming through it, I'm like...
In addition to that, once again, that doesn't make sense. Why would she attack him and kick him there, and then fans are just like, oh, well, that was supposed to be funny. Once again, that doesn't mean she didn't do it. If I fucking shoot you in the head and say it was supposed to be funny, nobody's gonna defend me.
Well, that is true. I mean, if you kicked me in the balls and you're like, well, it's supposed to be funny, I wouldn't think it's funny. But, yeah, this episode, Seeing Stars, is just kind of one of those episodes that I think... I don't really have much of an opinion on it, like I do with some of the other episodes. I think it's mediocre and not really memorable.
My problem is that Luna's just weirdly out of character in it.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Like, you know what it feels like?
What?
You know how the director of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire didn't even read the book? It feels
Wait,
like that. Because there was a new writer on that episode. And it honestly feels, once again, like he didn't actually watch the show. Like it feels like he only saw the pilot where Luna is a monster.
Which the pilot's non-canon. So
Exactly.
I guess, well, I mean, I guess we don't really have much else to say about this episode, other than Luna acting out of character. So let's talk about episode 3, X's and O's. Another, I would say, pretty good episode. We actually get to understand why Moxie doesn't really talk about his parents. We kind of get to see a little bit more relationship stuff with Moxie and Millie. It's really interesting. At least I think this episode, it also shows off a new threat to an extent, but I feel like they don't use them too much outside of another episode we'll cover later. You know what episode we're talking about, right? I think you do. I mean, Roxy. I think Roxy just died. Dumb. Roxy. Damn it, why is there nothing here? There's like nothing in this area. Hold on. I'm gonna do second. Alright, well, hopefully it's not my internet. No, because that's sent. Hold on. Okay. Let's test it now. You there? Sorry about that. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I wanted to say one more thing about seeing stars, but I'm assuming my audio disconnected because I kept trying to say that I wanted to say one more thing about it, but you want to like a long-winded monologue about.
Oh no, sorry.
So I'm assuming you couldn't hear me.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. Okay, but
no,
yeah.
I wanted to say, Brandon Rogers is a fucking egotist.
Oh, damn.
Like, no, like. In Seeing Stars, he wrote a celebrity character who's just him, but with a slightly different name, Brandon Ragers, who looks like him, and everybody loves him and is obsessed with him. And yeah, Brandon Rogers is a fucking egotist. And also, by the way, Brandon Rogers, if you're watching this, which you probably aren't, you're not funny.
Damn, I think he's funny. Personally,
I don't.
All right. Well.
Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So now X's and O's.
Please repeat what you...
Oh. Okay. Okay. So X's and O's.
X's and O's. Yeah.
X's and O's. Oh wait. Hold on. Okay. Sorry. No. It was just a little Discord thing on my side. Anyways. So X's and O's. The episode where we finally get to meet Moxie's. Moxie's parents, characters that we haven't seen before, but we get to understand some of the exes, including one of Millie's exes, and also Roxy's, which,
And also Roxy's.
Oh, sorry, Moxie's and Millie's, sorry. Not Roxy, no, we're not talking about you, no,
Dude, I would never date Shaz. I hate him. He's so fucking annoying.
I think that really was the point, though.
No, that was the point. I'm sure. I'm impressed that they managed to make a character more annoying than Blitz, but that doesn't mean I want to watch him.
Yeah. Oh shit! I accidentally opened one of the episodes. Yeah, this is, in my opinion, one of the way more interesting episodes, and one I actually tend to revisit to from time to time. I feel like this episode is more hated, or not hated, but more of the better episodes of Helluva Boss, if I'm being honest.
Really?
Yeah, I think they did a really interesting idea with we get to see some of the like I like the episodes where you get to see more of what it's like in hell. Like, I mean, what makes this version of hell so much different than the others, you know, there's different sectors like Dante's Inferno is like, you know, greed,
Yeah.
wrath, lust, all that shit. But what makes
Technically, we've already seen greed in Lululand.
yeah, we did see that. But what I really like seeing is just how other characters react to other situations. Like, I mean, the mob is a mob centered. It's a harsh family. Like, it's a Godfather mobster, The Sopranos. I have a legacy bullshit, which I love. I love seeing that because it just shows that there's more to this world than just royalty and I don't really know what like the imps. Yeah, like I mean, like even like just some of the designs, like the sharks and the snakes and all that shit. It's really cool just to see this world get fleshed out a little bit more. Now knowing that there's
I will say, one thing I really appreciate as the show goes on is that each of the rings of hell seems to have, well, each of the rings of hell has like different demons that are native to it, and they all seem to be related in some way to like the appearance of the deadly sin of that ring.
Yeah. And another thing about that I really like seeing in this episode in particular was really like just seeing how the characters reacted to this new threat, which let's be honest, Helluva Boss does not have a whole lot of threats. Like, okay, we have fuck, what was his name?
Okay, the cherubs don't count because they weren't even a threat in season 1.
Well, okay, the cherubs I wouldn't even count now, but the cherubs. But like if we were now, like if we're counting now,
The cherubs, the secret agents, and Stryker, are those 3 you're talking about?
yeah, like those are the only 3 we have. Like we don't have much else. Which I like that we are now like we got now we have the mafia. Stryker even works with the mafia in one episode, which we'll go over. And then we see characters like later on, we see Stella doing a lot of heinous bullshit. And that's what I like about it, is that we are finally seeing more than just the same bad guys of the week. Like, it's like, oh, Stryker's going to be after them. Oh, the CIA agents want them. The cherubs are pissed. You know, we're not seeing, like, the same monsters of the week. I want to see more of this in Season 3, or hell, just in the show in general. It's just more of these guys wanting to team up. Like, obviously, Stryker won't keep...
You know what I want to see as the show goes on is more one-off villains.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't mind that either. Like, yeah, I mean, that's actually one thing I really liked about...
Because here's the thing about the recurring villains within the show, is that the more they appear and the more they fail to... And the more they fail to actually kill anybody.
That's one of the reasons.
The less I care.
Yeah,
like Stryker, I do not give a shit about Stryker. I think he's so fucking lame.
I think his first appearance was awesome, to be honest. The just seeing him, he just shows up, and you don't think too much about him. And then like when you see him come back, which was like when he stole it, you saw him actually start getting results. You see him actually start doing stupid shit. Now, yes, he failed at the end, but I wouldn't mind seeing, like, Stryker actually get some good results. Like, I mean, he fucking hurt Stolas, which, for an imp, hurting such a royal blood seems impossible, but Stryker is strong enough to get to that point of contention. It's kind of like how in, here's like a reference, in a game like, I'm trying to think, like, you wouldn't think the Cups and Cuphead would beat the fucking devil, but they do. So they're like, but like obviously they're good guys, they're not villains. But you know what I mean? Like seeing villains actually get results. I agree with you. I wish Stryker would get more results, or at the very least do something more.
So here's the thing: if Stolas being in the hospital actually had any form of consequence, then I would take Stryker more seriously. But Stolas literally just gets out of the hospital 2 episodes later, and it's not even addressed.
Yeah, that is true. That is one thing. Because, like, I wouldn't mind if there was, like, an episode where, we see, like, Blitz go, and, like, Stolas isn't waking up. Like, Stolas... I wish they had more tension. Because, like, you feel like, oh, nothing bad are going to happen to these characters, like, ever.
Well, we know... Here's the thing. Pop has stated that Stolas will survive the entire show. So...
Which, I won't deny, I would never have said that, to be honest. If it was me, I would have been like, you don't...
No, because doing so removes most of the tension. As to, ooh, is he gonna survive? We already know the answer.
Yeah.
I mean, technically speaking, if the show ends with him, like, fucking blind, deaf, mute, and paralyzed in the hospital,
Yeah.
I guess that would be the closest thing.
Becomes a vegetable, yeah. But it's like, you know, he's technically... Like, I mean, that's kind of like if they said, for the boys, it's like Homelander's never gonna die. And they just fucking... And then you're like... Or, sorry, they say, like... Spoiler, but, like, if they said, like, Butcher wasn't gonna die, then people would be like, well, then what the fuck's the... Like, I mean, yeah, I guess the Butcher we all know isn't alive, but his body and brain technically are. Like, it is confusing, and I don't like it when showrunners or anybody really comes out and they're like, oh yeah, this show, this guy survives no matter what. Because, like, now we just know Stolas won't die. And I guess anyway, that even lowers...
Back to...
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I was just going to say one more thing.
Back to,
real quick.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm just going to say this real quick. It kind of leaves tension for, like, the final two episodes. Or the second to last episode. But anyways, okay, yeah. So you want to move on to Western...
No, I was going to say, for X's and O's, one more thing. There's a difference between making a character annoying to the other characters and annoying to the audience. I think Donkey and Shrek is a good example of that. Chaz is just... I hate him.
Yeah.
He's so fucking annoying.
But
I genuinely hate him.
It's kind of like, in my opinion, how I felt about... what was his name from Yakuza? Like, he's annoying to the characters, but to us, he's funny. Mentality. Like, if you ever watched Yakuza, there's a character in the game. Oh, what's his name? But he follows you, like your character, and you just randomly bump into him, and he goes, "Hey, what's up?" And like he runs up, and you gotta fight him. Like, you would think that's annoying, but every time you do, he gets his ass handed to him by the main character. Then you're like, "Oh, that's fucking hilarious that he thought he had a chance or whatever." Anyways, yeah. Anyways, yeah. I kind of agree. Chaz is annoying, but let's actually talk about like the rest of the episode. I think this episode was really good. I do like the forced wedding, which I even like how when Chaz got caught lying.
At least we know he's dead.
Yeah, they kill him, which cracks me up every time. Whenever it just cuts to him opening up.
Although, like, what did he expect to happen?
I bet he thought that he was just going to get off scot-free. I mean, I guess you question what was Chaz's idea whenever they did get married. Would he just be like, you lie about how rich I am? And it's like, well, how long will that go for until you get killed? I genuinely don't know what Chaz was thinking. I guess Chaz was just too brought in by luck. But see, Chaz is so weird, because I'm now starting to think about it. Chaz slept with Blitz at one point. Like, I guess he just wants to make life hell for Moxie for no reason? I mean, like, I get that they were a couple and he loved Moxie, but he left Moxie for dead. Because that was the backstory, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, so left them for dead. Then... no, yeah, you're right. It is it's confusing to me, because I'm trying to think, it's like, what was the intention there? Like, did he just want Moxie, but then Moxie's dead?
It's like in Shark Tale. You pretend to win money once, and then you think everything's just gonna be fine and dandy for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know. Chaz was a weird character, but like everything else about the episode was good, in my opinion. Like I loved how Millie comes in and is like, "Okay, I'm gonna kick your ass." Like
So
just
I will say the most noteworthy thing about the episode to me is that it establishes that Shrek canonically exists in Helluva Boss.
that is true. That is true. Um, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think of this episode?
I don't really like it, and to be fair, most of it is because of Chaz.
Mm-hmm.
I he he's one of the most irritating characters I've seen in anything.
Highly recommend watching. What's that one show with the Coconut Fred? Watch that show. He'll change your mind real quick.
Oh no, I'm not watching Coconut Fred.
Anyway.
Dude, literally the guy who plays Coconut Fred admitted it was a ripoff of SpongeBob.
Oh, did he? That's fucking hilarious. Anyways, okay, yeah, I mean, but did you like the dynamic between the father and Moxie? I like that. That was one of my favorite parts. Was just like
I mean,
the
that was kind of cool, but then like Moxie gets captured anyway.
well, I mean, yeah, I said Foxy. The same Five Nights at Freddy's. Moxie does just kind of, but Moxie was forced into it anyway.
Dude, you realize Moxie would hate you, right? You realize Moxie would hate you because he's in Truth Seekers. He states that whenever he gets coffee, he hates it when they write either Foxy or Roxy instead of Moxie on the cups, and you called him both of those by accident.
Well, I mean, oh well. At least I'll be. You know what? It's fine. He's not. Moxie ain't even my favorite character, so I don't care. It's Stolas, so whatever, I guess. Anyways, yeah, I do like this episode. I can understand why some people don't, including you. Chaz is a really make or break.
God.
All right.
Western Energy. Does anybody like Western Energy?
Okay. To be fair, I don't hate Western Energy.
But do you like it?
It. Okay, that's the episode where Stolas gets captured by Stryker. I like
Okay,
one third of the episode.
Let me just get one thing out of the way. The hospital subplot is fucking terrible.
Okay, that I do agree with because they don't do anything with it. But what I do have to say I like about it, personal taste here, I do like the fact that fucking God, that Moxie and Millie are the ones who have to go and save.
Your microphone cut out.
Oh, sorry. Moxie and.
What? Sorry, can you repeat what you said?
Oh.
Because microphone stopped.
Yeah, no, you're good. I was just saying that Moxie, and I like the fact that Moxie and Millie are the ones who have to go and save them instead of Blitz, making it to where Stolas gets hurt, and then I don't like the fact that because if I remember when Stolas texts Blitz just kind of ignores it, and I was like, brother, he's in the hospital.
Oh, you know something I have to say though about Western Energy.
What?
Having a big fight scene be the climax of 2 episodes in a row, and then the episode after that, and then the episode after that, it's so tiring.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like when you're watching the show. I mean, okay, having the one in X's and O's, that's perfectly fine. Thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Having it in Western Energy is when I'm like, okay, please stop, you're overdoing it. And then Happy Campers was already shit, so it doesn't faze me. And then and then for Oops, I'm just like, please stop.
I will say this. One of the things I hated about this episode, personally, was the Luna goes to the vet, and that being the reason why. And then that was like also a climactic fight scene. I was legitimately just like, what? Why would you ever do that?
You know the reason they put that in the episode. Well, one, obviously, so that Blitz couldn't be there, but also 2, they obviously put it in just so that just so that fans, like horny fans of the show, would be like, look at where she gets the shot. I'm
Yeah.
too done right now.
I'm more of the opinion that I wish this episode had like an actual reason why Blitz couldn't go. Like he was trying to get there. But see, like, what makes it even, like, he was trying to get there, but, like, got caught up in traffic. But what makes it even worse is the fact that, like, when Stolas is like, oh, I'm fine, by the way. They said I'll be out in a couple weeks. And then Blitz was like, thumbs up. And I'm like, really? And I get that they're trying to set up that, yes, Blitz loves Stolas secretly.
Which, by the way, that should not be a thing.
Why? If you don't mind me asking.
They do not belong together at all.
Yeah, Stolas deserves better. Anyways, sorry. Actually, that's another episode we'll be talking about. The episode after Unhappy
You could
Camping.
say Stolas deserves better because he didn't know how awful what he was doing was, but but even then, that doesn't mean what he was doing wasn't still horrible.
What, like making Blitz work, like doing the whole sex thing for the book?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
That's like the one
that's
thing I
awful.
don't like, but I think it's more of be with me for the book instead of use me for the book, because Blitz.
No, it's because like in Full Moon Stolas, it's like that your first instinct is that it's always about sex. Dude, you made it that way.
That is true, yeah. And I don't like that either. That's one of my least favorite things about Stolas. But what I do like about Stolas is the fact that Stolas, at the very least, he always seemed that he did truly like him. And even, like, at the end, he was like, here, have this, so then you don't need me anymore, you know? And I was like, well, that's awesome of him. For one, I mean, yes, does it negate the fact of what he did? No. But does it kind of...
Also, he went about it in the worst way possible. Should we wait until Full Moon?
Yeah, we could talk about Full Moon here in a bit. Because the next episode we're talking about... Unhappy Campers.
Unhappy Campers. Okay, here's the thing. We hate it, you hate it. Is it even worth talking about?
I think we should just at least say what we don't like about it, other than the fact that Millie
first
and
off, the humor is horrible.
Yes.
The humor is horrible. The plot doesn't, like, okay. Oh yeah, also, we're supposed to side with Blitz's sister at the end. I think we're supposed to side with Blitz's sister at the end, where she's like, dude, you ruined my life, please just let me go. We're supposed to side with her and feel bad for her at the end, but, like, she's a groomer.
Yeah.
The episode establishes that she's a groomer.
I'm not gonna lie with you. This episode fucking sucked. I don't...
Okay. Also, I thought we were beyond Mrs. Doubtfire in terms of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Man disguised woman.
Yeah.
That's not funny. Not only is it not funny, it's insensitive.
Yeah.
I mean, Millie is loved by everybody when she's dressed as a man, so at least, I guess it's not transphobic, but it's still
a little weird. Yeah, I just don't really like this episode. I'm trying to remember, like, is there anything I did like? The song wasn't even that good. I didn't even like the music. I thought
yeah, also, you find it's so, like, Millie's like, ooh, but now in this camp with all these random background characters don't know and we'll never see again, I feel like I'm important now. She's still not the main character of the episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think you're...
She's not the main character of any episode of the show. Why?
Oh, don't worry. We'll talk about that in Ghost Fuckers. I fucking hate that episode. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
I mean, to be fair, as soon as I saw that there was an episode that was going to be titled Ghost Fuckers, I was like, oh no.
Okay.
I was just like, it's gonna be a horrible parody of Ghostbusters with no funny jokes.
Oh God! And hey, you weren't fucking wrong. You weren't fucking wrong indeed. Anyway.
Oh, no, I was wrong. I was wrong because the only funny joke is the old guy beating them up. That's the one good joke.
There was good horror element too. We'll talk about that later. Because we're not there yet.
Okay.
Next, we're on to Oops. That's the episode.
Why is the episode even titled that?
I don't know. I guess they just forgot to put something in, and they're like using the speech.
It's a placeholder name they didn't remove.
Yeah. I like this episode because we got Fizzarolli to be like actually a good character to an extent, and like we got to understand more.
It's cool that they reconciled, but I feel like it was too fast.
Agreed. I mean, like, what was the episode like back in season 1? What was that episode called when we met Fizzarolli? Ollie's.
I was gonna say you're either referring to Ozzy's or Lululand, depending on whether or not you count the robot.
I don't count the robot. Well, I mean, like the robot left intrigue, but
the robot basically foreshadowed that they knew that him and Fizzarolli knew each other, but it didn't.
It didn't really do much after that. Yeah, this episode. And then Ozzy's, we get to meet him.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's so weird and rushed because Fizzarolli has more screen time as Blitz's ally than as somebody who hates him. How do you mess that up?
I guess you were supposed to also get the fact that they didn't like each other as kids because because Fizzarolli felt like he was betrayed, and I get that. I mean, fuck. But it was like, no, there was like, I hate that cliche of like, no, like I get the whole misunderstanding thing, but it's like you guys couldn't just talk this out like in private. It's like, no, I didn't really want to leave, but instead now you guys are doing it now while kidnapped. It's always the dire situation.
How the fuck do you mess up so badly that you burn down an entire circus instantaneously? Yes, I get that he knocked over the cake, which then caused the candles to light the tent on fire, but fire doesn't spread that quickly. It wouldn't be that much. It shouldn't be that much of an issue.
I mean, fire can spread really quick. I mean, I'm trying to.
No, I know fire spreads obviously, but it does. It like in the actual episode, the fire spread like fucking lightning.
Well, it's because
like are the tents covered in gasoline?
Well, it's because
like
it's because tents are fabrics, and fabrics can. Like, especially fabric like that can spread extremely quick. There are fires like that. Actually, believe it or not, that's Robin in the Batman origin story. He was a circus entertainer. And, like, a fire caused his parents' death. But no, it is very possible. But it's just more of, like, the main issue I have with that is the fact that I wish we had, like, 1 or 2 more episodes. I mean, honestly, I wish we never got Unhappy Campers or Ghostbusters.
Something else that's weird. Something else that's kind of weird. I mean, it's kind of implied in, the Harvest Moon Festival when you see Sally Mae and she has, like, a scar, like a white line over her eye, like a scar.
Mm-hmm.
But, this episode just straight up confirms that any white spot on an imp is, like, scar tissue. That...
I didn't know that.
Because no, did you not put it together? Because Fizzarolli had the clown nose on when the fireworks exploded on him, and the only part of his face that's still red is that part. And then the part where Blitz gets hit in the face with fire is the part where his face is white.
Oh, I see. Now I see. Oh, okay. That explains it. Because I was also like, I mean, some imps are white. Yeah, no. That makes way more sense than I thought. So wait, does that mean that, no, I guess that's hair dye. Never mind. I was gonna ask about Millie's sister, but never mind. Okay. I guess we can talk about...
Did you think that her hair was scarred?
Yeah, I thought her head got scarred. I was like, wait a minute.
Dude, did you not notice the, like, I guess sexual dimorphism with imps, like with their biology?
No, I didn't. I guess I should have.
No, okay. Then let me point it out to you.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Male imps have black and white striped horns. Female imps only have horns that are only black. And
Oh!
also the male ones have white hair and the female ones have black hair. Sally Mae is the exception because she's trans.
Oh, okay, I see. Oh, God, I need to rewatch a lot of these. As you can tell, it's been a while. Cause I watched them.
Also, by the way, I don't know if you've ever thought about it, but Blitz is bald.
You're right. He's bald. Huh. Between you and me.
Bald.
I was gonna make a joke. I was gonna make a joke. It's like, between you and me, my hair's thinning quite a bit. Oh, Your Highness, it can't be that. Oh, bald.
Well, also, not only is he bald, his head makes him look like a fucking squid. It's so elongated.
Yeah, it is, ain't it? I legitimately just kept thinking, oh my God, why is it? It's bulbous. It's so weirdly long. Anyways.
Dude, how strong is his neck?
God, pretty strong for being that skinny. Like, fuck. Okay.
Okay. Also, I think it's a little weird that they did a villain crossover this quickly. Not necessarily that they did it with Stryker. Like, that's fine. He was in the previous season. But I think it's weird that they did a villain crossover with a villain who was introduced 3 episodes ago.
Honestly, I don't mind that. I think they were just trying to use them because I think the issue with the Sheriffs and CIA agent episode is, one, I just think it's really just out of nowhere. Because, like, I think they didn't want to have the same issue.
We'll get there when we get there. We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, and I'll explain. I'll explain this because what I like about this episode is the fact that we immediately got it because it makes sense. It makes sense that, of course, the fucking mob boss would get a hitman. Like, obviously. Like, that's so obvious. And Stryker is a good one because he was able to catch fucking Stolas. And if you're going to tell me that he did not put that on his record, you are lying to me because but, like...
Oh, yeah, okay, you like how Stryker's song in Western Energy describes him as the best assassin in the ring of wrath, and I'm just like, I don't believe you.
But, I mean...
he hasn't killed anybody.
I mean, but you don't know that. He probably has but that's the thing. It's like the mob.
I'm sure he's killed people. I'm I'm just saying he's never killed anybody within the show that he was trying to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he captured Millie and Moxie, he just put them in a basement.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how would you explain to the people you work for that? Oh yeah, I might have killed your daughter. Or, oh no, you're done.
Well, yeah, but he was gonna leave. He left anyway afterward. After he tried to kill Stolas and got caught.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's like one thing I do, and the only reason why he didn't kill Stolas was because he was told to back off.
Wait, didn't he not even confiscate their guns? Didn't Moxie shoot his way out of the basement?
I don't think so. I think she just snuck one in. I don't remember, because that's Harvest Moon, ain't it? Or the Harvest Moon Festival.
Sorry, it's just I really don't get how I'm supposed to take Stryker seriously as a villain.
Honestly, I think though they use Stryker pretty well in this episode compared to his previous outing because it makes sense why he would be here.
No, definitely because rather than being the main villain, he's a guy who's there who then appears again at the end in a significant part.
Mm-hmm. But that's.
But also, I will say it's kind of weird. How the fuck did he survive the building collapsing on top of him? And same thing with same thing with Moxie's dad and any of the people who work with him. If they reappear later and aren't injured from that building collapsing on top of them, I'm gonna call bullshit.
Well, I mean, there are people who do survive collapsing buildings. I bet they just had like a safe pocket hole that they went through. But, I mean, it depends on if we see Moxie's father in Season 3, which we'll talk about Season 3 later, because Season 3 hasn't really been announced or anything. We know we're getting it, because...
No, it's been sort of vicariously announced, because it has been stated, that the show will have 4 seasons.
So, we'll talk about that here in a minute, but, I like the idea that, like, Moxie's father did come back. Yeah, maybe it was a little too early, but... We have an opposite problem with a certain episode coming up. We'll talk about it in a bit. But, yeah, I do...
Mammon's enormously long title.
Yeah, this episode sucked. I did not care for this episode in the slightest. I thought this episode
Okay.
was really boring. Like, the musical numbers were fine.
Let me just state one thing. First off, how the fuck was the two fishes like performance? How in any way was that related to being a clown?
I don't know. They just talked about how
they just put on like a pop star show and fly around the room. What does that have to do with being a clown?
Guess the clown was on us.
When you say you're gonna edit this, you're gonna like put footage of the stuff we're talking about on the screen?
I'm not. I'm just gonna show the what episode we're talking about. I have gameplay footage that I'm using, so I'm just gonna use that. But yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, go watch Helluva Boss, and you can understand what we're talking about because, well, this is a discussion.
It is really weird that we got 2 episodes with Fizzaroli in a starring role.
Yeah, that's another thing. I thought it was odd.
Okay, here's the thing. I genuinely thought that him and Osmodius were, because of this episode, I genuinely thought, okay, are they just part of the main cast now?
Yeah,
and they're not.
Yeah, they only appear for these 2 episodes. It felt like they just kind of... I thought they just did it way too quick. Like, I thought it was like, don't have these episodes back to back, because what makes seeing these characters again so interesting is seeing, like, having a little bit more time to breathe after their main events, you know?
No, okay, here's what you want to do. Okay, if you want to have the circus be the season 2 premiere, that's fine. I can totally get that given the significance of what happens in it. Okay?
Yeah.
Move X's and Ooze to be the 2nd episode of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Then you want to move. Okay, so then we have Seeing Stars after it, and then Western Energy. No, you know what? Move. Wait, no. Okay, so.
Have Excess of News be the 2nd episode. Have Seeing Stars be the 3rd. Then have Unhappy Campers as the 4th. Then Western Energy as the 5th. And then have...
No, but, okay, so Oops needs to happen... Okay, so the last couple episodes need to take place in a certain order.
Yeah.
So, thinking about this, let's get those out of the way. So, we need... we need Full Moon.
We need Full Moon. Roxy? Did I lose you again? Hold on.
Did you hear what I said?
Okay. No. Restate what you. I heard you say we need.
So we need Full Moon, Full Moon Apology Tour, Ghost Fuckers, Mastermind, and Sinsmith. They need to be in the same order.
Yeah.
But other than that, okay, then let's see. So Oops has to happen after Moxie's dad is introduced.
I feel like the circus and
also,
X's and Ooze would have been really good season starters, to be honest.
Yeah, so the circus, X's and Ooze, then I guess Seeing Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? As well. Fuck. What was it?
I'm gonna switch games here. We could talk about this here in a minute.
Okay.
Actually, hold on.
Oops also needs to happen before Full Moon. Because of the whole thing with the crystal.
Guess that's valid.
And Mammon's big musical thing also needs to happen after Oops. So basically, with X and Oops, which should have been earlier, the order of the episodes in the season was mandatory. It was the writers shot themselves in the foot by deciding to have all these events happen so close to each other.
Yeah. Okay, so you ready to go on to the next episode? Or...
No. Okay, Fizzaroli's whole... Him standing up to Mammon, that's kind of cool and all. I like Mammon. I like Mammon. I like that he's just unapologetically evil, unlike the other. Unlike the other sins we've seen up to this point, Mammon is unapologetically evil, which makes sense because one, greed is the only one of the 7 deadly sins that can never ever be beneficial, and 2, rich people suck.
Valid. Then, if Shinra told me anything from Final Fantasy VII.
Also, just the fact that he's played by Michael Cusack is kind of funny to me. The guy who plays Pim in Smiling Friends.
That is true.
Did
Yeah,
you know that?
yeah, no, you're right, yeah. No, I did know that. Yeah, I did know that. That was actually fucking hilarious, though, that you said that. Because I completely forgot for a second, but yeah, that's true. No, anyways. Yeah, I don't really care for this episode that much. I just kind of thought it was boring.
I think the episode would if Fizzaroli and Osmodius were the main characters, but the fact is they aren't.
Yeah, they're not. They are the side characters.
As in, if they were the main character, if the show was about them, it would be way better.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, it feels like we're watching a significant episode from a different show.
Honestly, it feels like they were working on like a pilot for what a Mammon and Fizzaroli show spinoff would look like, instead of a actual continuation.
You think the episode was a backdoor pilot?
Yeah, like what was that one show? Crash Nebula from the Fairly Odd Parents. That's what it felt like to me. I didn't really care for it. Again, I could go over why. It's just mostly I thought the episode was pretty boring. I didn't think there was much else about it that I really liked.
Oh, God.
Oh, what?
We'll find more to talk about for Mammons, because you know what episode's coming up next.
Oh, fuck me. This episode...
I guess we would have to talk about it eventually. The episode that... Okay, when we say that the events within the show are too fast-paced and they happen too close to each other, this episode is the epitome of that.
This episode is the, like...
This episode... This is not an episode of a show. This is 2 episodes of a show. Mashed up into one.
Yeah.
In a hodgepodge that's fucking ugly.
God, this... should we...
It's such a tonal... It's such a mess. It is such a tonal mess. It's like...
Oh. Say that again, Roxy. You cut out a little. Nope. Roxy? Oh, no. You're just going... Dee, dee. Roxy? Oh, no. Okay. I think you're back. Roxy? Hold on. 1 second. Okay. Alright, Roxy? I think your microphone might be fucking up. Because all I started hearing was you going... Hold on. 1 second. Okay. Alright. So, you're talking about... Like, before you went into your rant about this episode, you cut off. So, if you want to pick it up from there,
okay.
Be my guest.
Yeah, so this episode is a complete and utter mess. It's 2 episodes that were stitched together. They should have just been different episodes. Which, once again, since I don't know how much of it was cut off, I'll just repeat what I said, and you can cut it out of the video if it would result in me saying the same thing twice. Okay?
Oh no, yeah, you're all good. Go ahead.
When we said that the events that happen in this show happen way too close to each other and make the pacing just ridiculously fast and focus on characters for weird amounts of time and then drop them as main characters like Rolling Osmodius, this episode is like the epitome of that sort of pacing because it fits 2 episodes worth of content into a single episode, and the 2 plots are like tonally opposite.
Yeah, like one half is like Blitz trying to get to fucking trying to get back to, it's trying to like go and see Stolas for a quote unquote.
And he because of how Stolas has treated him, Blitz thinks that all he needs to do to maintain their relationship is just get a bunch of superficial, horny stuff.
Yeah, and whenever, and then like the cherubs meet the CIA agents.
No, you know what? You know what? More than anything, I mean, it would be weird if it wasn't like within the show itself. I agree, but I think the way that this episode could have been saved, given that they have shorts anyway, would be if Full Moon like was just about Blitz, and then they made a short which was the Cherub plot.
Agreed. I agree with that, but they didn't. They decided to mishmash them, and that was like the thing I was saying about. Like, even if we take out the fact that it was haphazardly put in, it doesn't make any fucking sense why the cherubs would want to help these random-ass CIA agents other than, we want revenge and try to go back to heaven.
No, they're like, ooh, yeah, we'll totally get back into everybody's... Well, why did I do an impression of the one who was actually questioning?
Yeah.
Let me... No, I don't think I can do it.
I just hate this episode because then at the end it does have a great moment, but then it's like,
if we help these people and be like, ooh, you're good, you're doing these good things, even though we were literally told to our face that there was nothing we could do to get back into heaven, are we stupid?
Yes. Listen, the cherubs are like the worst villains of the show by far.
They want they're trying to get back there. They're literally told that there was nothing they can do.
Yeah, it's just such a. And then like they
just forget that.
I guess they did.
And you know what the funniest part is? The guy who questions it and then believes them when they're like, this is how it works. Is the same guy who literally asked, "Is there anything we can do to get back into heaven?" And then was told no. It's the same guy. Why did you forget the answer to the question you asked?
I guess continuity is not in the show's strong suit. It seems like it forgets a fucking lot. But like my main issue with this fucking episode, I think it's pretty unanimous that everybody. Okay, hot take. Everybody calls this episode good because of the final scene. That's the only reason.
That's the only thing. And
the final scene is good. Granted, not my favorite thing from the season, or hell, from the show in general. I think it's a good way to continue the story arc of Stolas and Blitz. But again, this episode just falls on its face because is trying to be like, oh my god, haha, cherubs, CIA bullshit. The CIA's a furry. Shit. I don't know. I'm watching it and I'm like, I'm watching it all.
What am I supposed to think? Am I supposed to be like, this episode's funny, the cartoon shenanigans in the Mega Man suit? Or am I supposed to think, oh no, they broke up, these two characters who don't belong together and never should have been in a relationship broke up, what am I gonna do?
And like that, here's another thing. This episode is just.
It's funny because when the episode came out, I saw a bunch of people on social media saying, "Oh, this episode made me cry. This episode destroyed me. I'm not doing well after this episode." What are you talking about? I was doing
great.
They should not be. They shouldn't be together.
I was literally watching it, and I was like, "This episode is so." Because like there was people who were like, "Oh my god, I feel so bad for Blitz." I'm like, "But bitch, Blitz is the one who fucking did most of the shit. Blitz is the one who ignored him from the fucking hospital, and you expect me to feel fucking bad for him?"
Well, also, I'm kind of on the opposite side of the spectrum because Stolas treated Blitz like a sex object.
That is true.
And I'm like, yeah, it totally makes sense Blitz would hate him.
Yeah, no, I get that too. But the thing is,
okay, you know what it is. Both of them are in the wrong. Both of them are in the wrong in different ways. but once again, they're incompatible. They should
Yeah.
not be.
No, here's a big thing. The only reason why Blitz was doing any of this was obviously for the grimoire. So then Stolas was like, "Here, have this. Osmodius will keep an eye on you." Like, and you know, basically that was it. And they're like, I'm sorry for this. You don't ever have to see me again."
Blitz. The fact that Blitz, I'm sorry, but Blitz thinking it was a role play is the most contrived shit ever. Why would he ever think that?
Because funny sex, haha. I genuinely could not.
Also, once again, Stolas is a fucking idiot for not just immediately being like, okay, here's this crystal you can use to go in and out of the human world. I'm just going to give it to you now. Now, please hand me the book. Instead, he's like, give me the book. Give me the book. I need it permanently. I'm not giving it back to you.
Well, I mean...
And then after Blitz does what he thinks is giving away his livelihood, then Stolas tries to give him the crystal.
To be fair on that...
Like a romantic moment or something. But it's like, Stolas, how fucking dumb are you?
To be fair...
he was going to...
To be fair...
You were taking away the thing he relies on for money.
One thing I do think is like they just did it just to make it like to make you see like it looks like he's actually going to give up, but no, he actually had something else planned for him, and I'm fine with that.
If you're talking about them trying to dupe the audience, we already know Stolas wants Blitz to have the crystal.
That is true, yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it was like more of like a just give it to me because I got you something even better, yay! You know, shit like that. Which I don't mind that.
If he said that, that would be fine. If he explains, if he made what was happening clear before putting Blitz into an emotional state, it would be fine. I mean, Blitz would still obviously be totally justified in blowing up at him later.
Yeah.
But
at the very least, I do understand. I don't know why he would say it like that, but that's just kind of a minor thing. This episode, like, overall...
Oh, yeah, also the Cherub plotline is not funny.
It's never funny. The Cherubs are never funny. They're not funny villains.
It's just blatant fish out of water jokes, and they're like,
wow.
There he got totally a weapon. He's gonna kill somebody. Oh no.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, hell is actually a bad place. Okay, impossible.
Okay, you know what? Okay, also the Cherubs don't know what any of the sexes are. Which, I mean, are they supposed to be children? I'm not sure, but...
That's another... Yeah, that's another question I was going to ask. Like, how old are the Cherubs? Because they cuss. I get kids cuss nowadays, but, like... Are they, like...
Well, and also one of them looks like a human baby.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's, like, supposed to be, like, something funny? Is he supposed to be...
Is it like supposed to be a Cupid situation where he's like some really old being who just looks like it? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know either. It's just one of those things where we're just going to be like, why?
I better not fucking see anybody who's like those creepy. I don't watch anime, but I know that this is like a thing that some people do.
Yeah, lolicon shit.
I better not see any of those creepy ass anime fans for fucking Cletus who's like, yeah, he looks like a baby. He's an adult.
He might look like a baby, but he's actually 7 billion years old.
No! I better not see anybody doing that.
Oh, now they're just going to do it just to spite you. They're just going to do it just to piss you off.
Okay, it's their FBI investigation.
Their FBI investigation. Oh, God. Yeah, this episode was just... It was all over the place. And
Oh my god. Let's see.
Oh yeah, break.
Also, even then, the jokes of Blitz going into the shops were predictable. Have you seen that video of like me and a friend watching the show? And as soon as Blitz walked into the candy shop and asked for a candle, I was just immediately like, it's gonna be a dick-shaped candle. And then as soon as the dick-shaped candle gets pulled out, we're like, it's predictable.
It's so predictable.
So predictable.
Yeah, it is predictable.
Okay, it's like the scene from Megamind. Are you ready for some shocking humor? What's shocking humor? You're so predictable. So edgy.
Yeah. Yeah, this episode again.
Okay.
I will
No,
repeat.
okay, a guy with this and I made a joke like that. And it was like, okay, taking sexual assault seriously is new. Huh?
Hmm.
Oh yes, taking sexual assault seriously. It's very surprising, but it's necessary. And then it just plays the scene from Has Been Hotel where Pence just gets raped as a joke.
Yeah, that's just. I will say this, since the next episode is a direct sequel to this one, actually, to an extent, and it is the Apology Tour. And believe it or not, I actually do like this episode.
Yeah, so do I. Okay, first off, let me get the thing out of the way, where everybody's like, "Ooh, Veronica's bad because she raped Moxie." Yes, that's true. It doesn't mean what she said to Blitz was wrong, but she is still bad.
Yes, and here's the thing that I will say, not about her, but about one thing I did like, and I wish they just fucking kept it. Stolas technically, quote unquote, got with someone else, and it made Blitz jealous. I like that. That is a cool concept. If you want,
And then they just forget about
yeah,
that guy. And the next time
they. It's not this episode's fault they forgot about it, because admittedly it's a cool concept and it was near the end of the episode. I would
Well,
have.
it's a cool concept. It's a cool concept. That's why they didn't.
Yeah. God, and it pisses me off that they did that, because I was like, oh, it would have been so cool to see.
Was that just a one night stand?
I
I
don't.
guess.
I don't know. Also, technically, it was one of.
But like it's literally like a case of, hey, if he gets with somebody else, you're just supposed to say good for him. And then it turns out he didn't get with another guy. He just kissed him or something like later.
Well,
What?
I think what makes it
That's
even
not
funnier. You know what makes it even funnier though? You want to know what makes it's technically one of Blitz's ex getting with one of Blitz's other exes. I just find that fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Oh my god! It's like the inverse of Chaz.
Yeah. And what makes it even worse that I do not like or what I do like about this episode is the fact that I think I like the music. The music in this episode was really good. I like it when Stolas sings. Stolas has a good the voice actor of Stolas has a really good singing voice. What I really like is the fact that we actually see people who were hurt by Blitz, not killed, but like actually just hurt. Like, of course, the cherubs, you saw them for like a split second. Which when I saw them, I was like, no, okay.
Wait, are they in there? Are they at the party?
No, Blitz gives them an apology letter.
Oh,
Same with the
okay.
same with the
No, sorry.
I think same with the what is it? The
And
CIA
you know what the
agents.
thing is? I thought Apology Tour. Like when I watched it, I was like, "Hey, cool. So we're on the up and up. The characters are finally gonna learn and develop." And then Ghostfuckers released.
We'll talk about ghost fuckers here in a minute, because God, I hate that episode with burning passion. But we'll talk about that here in a minute. But I just really like this episode. I do also like the fact that like a lot of Blitz's ex got with other people, and that they're happy. It's just kind of it's nice little world building.
Oh, also,
I guess.
two more things I have to say about Apology Tour. It's really weird that this is Vortex's only appearance in the season. And he's just a background singer. Like he has two speaking roles in season one, and is like shown to be one of Luna's friends, and then he just vanishes until this point, and is just a cameo.
Yeah, he's just a background voice actor.
Which, by the way, what does she even think about the fact that he did this? Like, that could have been really interesting if we found out that Luna, like, if Luna found out about this. Does she know? What does she think? We're never given an explanation.
You know what makes
we don't even know if she knows.
You know what makes
and then the other thing I thought was weird was.
Go ahead.
How did nobody, like, his disguise at a party of people who hits him is just a tablecloth? How did nobody recognize it?
I don't know, to be honest. That was another question I kind of had, but I was like, I could
fine. It would be fine if it was established that all of these people were people he like dated before he got the burn.
Which would have been weird because
That
that was
would be
when Bliss
fine.
was a child.
Then I could understand them not recognizing him because obviously the Bliss that they knew wouldn't have a giant scar on his face.
I think one thing I do like about it is the fact that, like, one of the things was Veronica came up and said, "You have a lot of balls coming up here." It's like, I mean, yeah, you really think about it, he does. I mean, fuck sakes, it's a party of people who hate him. But like, I think some people probably did, and probably was like, probably just my imagination, because a lot of people were fucked up, because beer and shit. But
Yeah.
I also do like the fact that Stolas is like.
Stolas says,
Oh, go ahead.
You're lucky everybody's drunk, otherwise you'd be murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Why did that impression of him sound more like Stella than Stolas himself?
Yeah, no, that kind of did. Honestly,
I
though,
think it was the speech pattern.
I just don't. I don't know. I really did like this episode. I'm trying to find like other ways to say how much I liked it, because after watching, like
one more.
Oh, go ahead.
The teacher and the murderer from episode 1 are fucking now, and that's cool.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, after how many bad episodes in a row?
Big plot twist. The actual reason she wanted her murder is so she could be reunited with her like affair person.
The next episode. Oh God, we're already on here. Ugh.
Okay, so here's the thing. Apology Tour made me think that okay, the characters are going to have development. Ghostfucker starts with Blitz doing the opposite. He's not paying his employees. Like he's not paying his employees who like. He's not paying his employees. He's abusing his daughter by forcing her to stay up and burn a bunch of taxidermied owls. He's running his business into the ground.
Yeah.
And he's trying to commit suicide by food.
This episode pisses me off for a lot of reasons. The first.
So apology tour was for nothing. Apology tour was for nothing.
It's not even just that. It's not even just that. Like Blitz was like, "I'm gonna get over this." Good for him. He got with someone else. He didn't even get fucking over it. He didn't even get fucking over it.
If he did something like this before going through development, that would be. Well, it still want to be fine because he actually values what Luna thinks of him. Mm-hmm. But at least I could see the other one.
Yeah, you can at least see it. This episode, I was like, what the...
But even then, once again, what he did to Luna there is out of character of him at any point in the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's... And, like, the reason, like, from what I've seen, everybody say is like, well, he's sad about Stolas. I'm like, yeah, that was the fucking last episode. That was all... It was, like, the whole reason. The last
episode was about.
Yeah.
Not just also, by the way, if any of you say, I already addressed it earlier, but if any of you say, oh, well, Blitz doing that to Luna was just supposed to be funny, you're not supposed to think about it, fuck you. You're an idiot.
And what makes it even worse, this episode is just... I don't know, man. This episode sucks. Like, okay. So, the fact that they haphazardly put in, like, so much fucking trauma bullshit pisses me off to no end. They put in the mom and Blitzo shit. And it's like, Mom, I'm sorry. And it's like,
there's literally a point where a guy like fucking Gil Cypher invades his mind and forces him to watch Bad Memories.
Yeah. And then there was also the fucking, oh, well, remember how me and you met? And it just shows this. That could have been, honestly, Millie's, we could have had, instead of unhappy campers, we could have had an entire... go.
Okay, also, it's an unnecessarily long fight scene to pad out the episode's runtime. We already know the two of them can fight.
Yes, we did.
It feels so weird pacing-wise, because it's like, what is it, like 3 minutes long? It's like a 3-minute long detour into something we didn't need to see.
Yeah, and then 1 minute fucking scene of...
Did they only put that in? Did they only put that in just so they could make the joke? oh, your coworker Roxy, you're gonna hate him. You see, the joke is that she doesn't. That's what makes it fun.
This episode was just awful. Awful, awful.
Um,
Oh, also,
oh yeah. Also,
to kid,
why would a demon who runs a hotel on Earth kill his guests?
I don't know. Don't
I
think
mean,
about it.
okay. We know he likes. Okay, it's like, ooh, he's evil. He likes killing people. Okay, but if he's trying to run a hotel, why the fuck would he kill his guests? That's just gonna get it shut down. Is he stupid? Yes.
Well, I think probably just to get the insurance money? I don't fucking know. Because then he gets his sick, twisted fantasy, but then you also get the Ghostbusters coming in. Which, by the way, fuck this episode, because, in my opinion, the fact that, like, the entire reason why they do this job in the first place is because he wants someone to bone, and that is just fucking stupid. Blitz...
Oh yeah. Also, the fact that throughout the episode he goes, Bethany Ghostbusters. I hate it. It's not funny. It's never funny. Not a single time.
No, it's never funny. It's just
It's
annoying.
obnoxious. Which, by the way, it doesn't even make sense that a show called Ghostfuckers would play on cable television.
Well, if you buy the premium edition, you obviously would have already watched Ghostfuckers like 3 times, like me. But I get what you're trying to say. No, that's like if we're talking like
No, seriously, it doesn't make sense that anything like that would be on cable television. What company would be willing to pay for commercials?
if you buy the premium, dude, I'm not lying to you. That's a real thing. But I would know. But in all reality, what made me so mad about this episode, they just condensed all this shit. It's like a kid writing the final part of the project. No. It's not even just filler. It's not even just filler. It was like, oh shit, what didn't we put in this episode? Like, what did we not put in the show yet? And we're on episode, what, 10? Oh, well, we better put in the fact that Blitz still has trauma about his mom. Let's put in the fact on how Millie Okay, but what I was saying before,
No, seriously, we already knew that.
Yeah.
Because in Oops, he says that he lost stuff in that fire too. And it shows a picture of his family burning, and we know that he and his sister are still alive. I mean, it's not straight up stating it, but it's very, very heavily implied that he accidentally killed his mom.
Okay, but no. The issue isn't just the fact they put that in. It's also the fact that they put in fucking, they put in how Millie met Moxie. Or Millie met Blitz. And I fucking hated that, because that's Unhappy Campers could have literally fucking been that. Unhappy Campers could have been a solo Millie episode. Could have been a solo Millie episode explaining it.
No, you know an even better idea?
What?
Just cut Ghostbusters at all, don't have it be an episode, and then have the season 3 premiere be an episode about how he met.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Sorry. We already know how he met Moxie and Luna. I mean, how he met Millie. Have it be an episode about how he met Millie.
Yeah, just have an episode how he met Millie, like just a full.
Because, I mean, if the show is clearly going to not be above making flashback episodes with the circus.
Honestly, here's one thing: they could have easily, they could have either gotten rid of Ghostfuckers or Unhappy Campers and make a solo episode explaining. No, hold on. Explaining how Millie, started as an assassin after she left home and then became part of the crew. That could have easily been an episode, and then people would finally start to shut the fuck up about not having a Millie-centric episode and make her a more dynamic character. That would have been interesting.
And then the other slot that would be open from cutting those 2 episodes, just make it a Millie episode.
Like a present Millie episode, yeah. Because then you'd have 2. But instead, honestly, that's what just pisses me off about all of this, is just the fact that so many people are like, I want to see more Millie because we want to see what the fuck Millie does. And to be fair, I do too.
Which, by the way, Sinsmas feels like Disney Pop taking the we want to see Millie thing in the worst way possible.
We'll talk about Sinsmas here in just 1 minute, or after the next episode, because the next episode we'll move to just in 1 minute.
Mastermind.
We'll talk about it here in a minute. Final thoughts. Ghost Fuckers is my least favorite episode of the season. Like, I hate it more than Unhappy Camper. Because at least with Unhappy Campers... Yeah, at least with Unhappy Campers, you could literally just say, that's filler bullshit. Who cares? Like, my least favorite SpongeBob episode isn't SpongeBob Gullible Pants because it's literally useless.
Well, here's the thing. Ghost Fuckers is still filler because all it does is lead us to the same conclusion Apollo Support.
No, it's not only just it's filler with hugely missed potential. That's what it is.
Not only is it filler, it's filler that has to assassinate the characters again.
Yeah,
in order to happen.
after a pretty good episode too. Yeah.
And let's see what else.
Rushed everything to the finish line. I do like the horror elements. I should explain. I do like the horror element of this.
More fight scenes because almost every fucking episode of the show has a fight scene. Please. Season 1, I mean, there were fight scenes in a lot of Season 1, but, one, they had variety, so that's nice. 2, they weren't in they were in a lot of episodes, but not in, like, there were some episodes that didn't have any fighting at all, and also, once again, in some of the ones that did have fighting, it was very, very small and not the focus at all, like in Media.
Right. Well,
let's take it. The first episode doesn't really have a fight scene. I mean, it has them running away, but really the only fighting, the closest thing to the Int actually doing combat is just Moxie shooting the mom through the head from behind. That's not really fighting in person. That's just, I guess, ambushing them. Lululand has a little bit of Blitz fighting the robot, but it's not the focus at all, and you don't really see it. Spring Broken is stupid. It has that... Spring Broken is a mess of its own, but it has that giant monster catfish, which is the first big fight scene of the show, and it's stupid. Like, it wasn't even established that Veroska's drink would do that to a fish. Until it happens. Then the Cherubs has a fight scene at the end, but that not only does it make sense, it's actually kind of fun to watch. Because rather than just having a combat scene, which a lot of the ones in the show are, where it's like them fist fighting and getting flung around by each other, it's a straight up gunfight. You know, so that's cool because the other episodes don't tend to do that. Then there's the one with Stryker, which is a close combat fight in a small room. So that's unique. That's different. I mean, it's different far. So that one gets a pass as well. Then Truth Seekers have that massive fight scene, which is really cool.
I don't.
And then Aussies and Queen Bee don't even have fight scenes whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because they don't need to. The show knew that the show understood when it did and didn't need to do that.
But now it's like almost every episode.
Season 2 just has.
The only two that I don't think has a fight scene is. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say the only two that I don't think has a fight scene in Season 1. The Circus and Apology Tour are the only two that comes to mind that doesn't have a fight scene. So far, at least.
Mastermind?
Mastermind? Yeah. Mastermind, and I think even Sinsmith doesn't have a fight scene at the end.
No, what do you mean Sinsmith doesn't have a fight scene? Did you forget everything about that?
Oh, no, sorry, I thought we were talking about... No, you're right. No, I thought we were talking about at the very end. I don't know why I... Yeah, no, there's a huge-ass fight scene at one point, yeah. I mean, the entire episode is them kicking each other's ass. I mean, that's...
Okay, so what? What? It's funny because technically speaking, if you look at the ratio, it's very similar to... The fight scene ratio is very similar, but the difference is the significance and attention given.
Yeah. Should we now talk about Mastermind? This is probably one of the most... Like,
You know what? Mastermind is the best episode because Beelzebub comes back. I'm sorry.
yeah, I did like literally while I was watching the episode, I was like, oh my god, I gotta DM Roxy and tell him that Beelzebub, or tell you that Beelzebub's back. Beelzebub's back. You know what I mean?
It's like the Sonic. It's like the Sonic movie. She's back.
She's
She's
back.
back.
She, she's at it again. Yeah, this is one.
And they didn't replace the and they didn't change the voice acting. So that's really cool.
Yeah, they didn't, did they? No, that's cool.
Yeah, because of what happened with Stryker, I thought for sure that if Beelzebub ever reappeared, which I didn't think was going to happen anyway, I thought because of how she's animated, I was like, they're never going to bring her back.
Yeah,
she's totally drained the budget.
Yeah, she. Actually, who voice acts as her?
Tessa.
Tessa Brooks?
No, Tessa Sturber, like a musician. You've definitely heard her music before.
I thought for a minute a fucking plushie of the character. Oh yeah, Kesha.
Okay,
Yeah, Kesha.
Have you ever seen Jennifer Whippy Kid Project Rules?
Yeah, I know who she is. Yeah.
Because the song that Rowley lip syncs to, "Wake Up in the Morning Feeling Like Kitty," that's her song.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, if you look up that clip on YouTube, the description isn't changed and it still says Rowley's feeling like P. Diddy.
Yeah. I think she's just changed the lyrics to saying "fuck P Diddy."
Cool.
Anyways,
Anyway,
this episode.
as for the actual content of the episode, and not just my wife showing up again.
Yeah. Yeah, let's actually talk about the contents of this episode. This is probably not. This is not my favorite episode of the season. I think. I don't really. I don't know, because like I like how
my biggest problem. I think Mastermind. Okay, first off, the fact that it's like a giant rigged system, that's fine. That actually completely tracks with what we've seen of Hell so far.
Yeah.
Satan being a big racist piece of shit who like forces everybody to discriminate against other types of demons. That also makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I totally.
Well, it's not Satan, is it? Isn't it Lucifer? Like they
no,
call.
It's Satan.
Okay.
It's there's a different demon for each of the 7 deadly sins. Which, by the way, the show did not make that up. That is an accurate.
No, I figured.
It's Lucifer for pride, Satan for wrath, Beelzebub for gluttony, Mammon for greed, Asmodeus for lust, Leviathan for envy, and Belphegor for sloth.
I do like the fact that.
So it's kind of weird that they just introduced some of the remaining deadly sins that we didn't see. They just show up for the first time in this episode, and they don't have any lines. Like, I think that's so weird that they did that. Like, I mean, Panther said it before, where she said that she thinks the episode could have been so much better if we actually knew all of them at this point, and I do agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, it doesn't tank the episode in terms of quality or anything. I do think it's weird that
I think it's
that
weird.
The ones we haven't seen, I think it's weird that the ones we haven't seen don't say anything, and they don't really have any noticeable personality traits.
Here's one thing I really don't like. I do not like the fact. Here's the thing. I don't like the fact that there was like the red True Blood, who was like defending Stolas, because we never met him. He doesn't come back for the finale, and he's just he's just there to speak.
Yeah.
If you remove him from the episode,
he's in the trailer for the second half of season 2, which made it look like he was going to be a major character. But no, he was just, I guess, bait.
Yeah, it was such a.
Also, by the way, he's voiced by the guy who plays Perito in Puss in Boots 2.
Oh.
What?
I said, oh, that's cool.
That's kind of cool. Also, Fizikot said he would return in season 3. I'm like, yeah, no shit. Why would you make this character if you weren't going to use him?
Yeah, I mean, why would he speak up on behalf of Stolas?
Why would he be given special attention to the point where he's the only person to not like bow down to Satan?
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, even the other sins do that. Which, I mean, it makes sense why they, in particular, would have to like back him up in his song because, like, he would definitely notice if one of them didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But the like, even then, with the Goisha, the Saga is the only one to not do it. So
Yeah.
it's like, so they're definitely giving him special attention.
And depending on when we're going to see him again, varies on what they do in season 3.
He just shows up at the season 3 finale and dies. He's like fucking Dobby.
Yeah.
Dude,
It'd be like, what the fuck is
he
this
shows
shit?
up. Dobby, who shows up as a character who doesn't really have any impact on the story whatsoever, um, and then reappears so long afterward that you basically forgot he existed, and all he does is die.
I couldn't imagine. Oh god, we're gonna discuss what we think season 3 is gonna be like after the
Okay.
Sin Miss. We could talk about. We could.
Okay. One more thing. My actual problem with Mastermind,
Mm-hmm.
like my actual big problem, is Blitz and Stolas getting back together again.
See, I didn't. I don't know.
I have no issue. I have no issue with Stolas coming there to save Blitz once he sees what's going on. That makes sense. He was in like it was very quick. Blitz was about to be executed. He obviously he didn't want him to die, even if he didn't really respect him at this point. But he didn't he still doesn't want him to die. So him going there quickly is fine. Him going there quickly and saving him is fine. But what I do find weird is once again the fact that they're like, oh, but I can't be without you, and I'm just like, huh?
I was like,
What is going on with this show? They broke up like 2 episodes ago, and Blitz was supposed to have gotten over it, and so was Stolas. In fact, was supposed to have gotten over it quicker.
yeah, he got over him at the party. That was like another thing I was gonna bring up was like
What happened to the guy that Stolas got with at the party? Was that guy just a one night stand?
or was it just like did the writers forget? And that's another thing with this entire show is like they had this thing happen. They had this. They had something like that happen, and then they don't do anything fucking with it until like the next episode, and then the next episode comes, and then they reverse it. Like that episode didn't happen. It's
like
weird.
guys, I promise. Now their relationship is going to be stronger. Everybody knows that the third time a couple gets. I mean, I'm stealing this joke from the Nostalgia Critic from his Dial of Destiny review
Mm-hmm.
because Indy and Marion got back together for the fourth time. But but I'm just going to say everybody knows that the third time every couple gets together is the time they stay together.
Yeah, I mean it's. Oh my god, it pisses me off that they did that because I get like they want to show okay guys these episodes like now we're gonna have the Christmas episode and we're gonna see Stolas wants to be with or not Stolas Blitzo wants to be with Stolas. I'm just watching and I'm like I don't I don't care anymore.
Okay, if we're gonna move on to Sinsmith now, let me just say first off, Octavia being upset about Stolas leaving her, that's completely fine. I totally get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not even just the case of Stolas leaving. Stolas literally thought he was going to get executed for what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I totally get why Octavia would be upset about that. That's not. I don't. I'm not. I'm not going to be one of those people. She's being mean. She's like. I mean, technically, you could argue that since Satan was going to use Blip as an example to try to strike fear into the lower classes of hell, you can argue, well, she didn't want that to happen. Okay, Stolas didn't know that was happening, did she?
Mm-hmm. I didn't like the fact. Here, I want to
But
say so.
anyway, and not just that. Once again, so but like, yeah, no, and also she's a teenager, so I totally get her being upset anyway,
Well, see,
given her
what
age.
I don't get,
So
is because like Stolas was trying to call her. Stella
yeah,
was making constant
that's what
jokes.
I find weird. That's what
Yeah,
I find weird. Stolas tried to call her, and he tried to show up to the castle to meet her, and then she's just like, "Oh well," and that's when she thinks that. And after that is when she thinks that he abandoned her. Like, huh?
yeah. It's like he was trying to go see you, and like she was like, "Well, why didn't you come?" And it was like he really wasn't legally allowed. He was like, he kind of lost, in an extent, he kind of lost custody because he asked
Yeah.
what's going to happen to Octavia, and they were like, "We're
Once again,
taking
I
him."
get why she's upset. I get why she's upset. He wronged her.
To an extent,
Although once again,
to an
yeah, no,
extent,
that's
yeah.
totally fine. Although she the fact that she didn't put two and two together is really strange and
Yeah.
forced.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, like, yes, should have stolen.
Although also her abandoning her father, good on her. He sucks.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I don't think Stolas necessarily sucks. Was he.
No, I mean her mom and uncle are worse, but Stolas is still not a good.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, Stolas at the very least seems to give a shit and seems to actually love her. Like, he
Yeah,
never gives her, like, there's no reason why any of them. Like, I mean, it's like, oh, well, he likes Stolas more than me. I'm not gonna lie. That is literally. Like, okay, hold on. Before I generalize here, I'm not going to fully generalize, but I will say this. Everybody who says, oh, my mom loves my stepdad more than me. That's how every teenager feels. Or, like, just any child whose parents remarried. Like, I get that. But the thing is, Octavia's like, what? 18, 19 now? She's like somewhere up there.
17.
Yeah, and she should understand that. I mean,
Yeah, once again, 17. She can't even live on her own yet.
yeah, 17 you can't live on your own. Like, thinking that they abide by how the age here in America does. But,
Also, by the way, I don't want to see anybody. I better not see any of the sweetest people for Octavia either, just
yeah.
because she's 17 and almost an adult.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But, one of the things that I do not like about that entire episode was the ending. It felt so tacked on at the last minute. I
No, okay. Here's what I think. Well, one, I think it's weird that they would suddenly be like, "Oh no, we can't kill this family," even though they had no issue with doing anything like that before.
Yeah, because Blitz
But
saw a fantasy.
also, uh, that whole fight scene is so stupid.
I just
The
I
no. It feels like kids playing on a playground. I wrote it down. And let me read it because I was watching Toy Story earlier today, and I posted a joke about the climax of this episode. Okay, the fight scene in Sinsmas goes, "You can't attack me, IMP. I brought my dinosaur with a built-in force field. Well, I brought my attack dog. Who
they
needs
eat
force
Fort
field
Field dogs.
dinosaurs?"
Yeah,
It's literally just that, but with the species of the minions they have reversed.
I was literally watching it and I was like, this is really just some pixie anime bullshit, but without the build up of the anime pixie bullshit. I was like, so
Oh yeah. Also, okay. Since if you wanted to establish, okay, first off, since when the fuck could Luna turn into a wolf? Why hasn't she done that before at any
well.
point?
Didn't she
And
do that? Didn't she do
did you?
that in? Didn't she do that in episode when like the episode Western Energy? Because I thought I saw her do that.
No, no. That was no. She wasn't. She didn't turn into a wolf though. She was just. She was just like standing on four legs.
Mm. Maybe that was just a tease. Maybe she doesn't do it with
Not
a.
just that. Not just no,
Good.
no. Like it's specifically that because for some reason her wolf form has like completely ragged fur and four eyes. It looks so fucking weird.
Guess that's valid.
I hate it. I hate it. It looks so off.
It looks like someone drew a wolf and then they just replaced the face with Luna's face, and I thought it was really funny. I actually
And then
like.
gave it two additional eyes.
Yeah, I literally just kind of started dozing off at that point. I was like, okay.
So, I've already said it before. Season 2 flies off the rails compared to season 1, but I'm just like, that was the point where I'm just like, okay, this show is never going to get any better.
I guess we could talk about how we feel about season 2. Unless you want to save your opinion, your full. Well, I guess you will save your full opinions for your video.
Oh,
But
also, why? Also, I feel like I've been held out on now since Octavia has this song. I'm just like, and we got to hear her sing. I'm just like, where the fuck is her music been until now? What the fuck? Let her sing more.
So hold on. I guess we'll do this. So overall, I guess we can now start doing.
By the way, one more thing. Octavia is a totally underutilized character.
Very. I agree on that. I don't. I'm not gonna lie. This season was very mixed.
It's bad.
I wouldn't.
It's bad.
I don't know if I. Well, yeah. Actually, I probably would say it was a bad season.
Okay, the episode quality is mixed, but the season overall is not.
Yeah, this season was very weird.
When I say it yeah, no, I think my description of saying it flew off the rails is accurate, because even though there was still some cartoon shenanigans and ridiculous stuff that happened in season 1, it was for the most part pretty grounded. And then Western Energy is the point where it all falls apart.
I would even say, honestly, I would say when it started falling apart was Unhappy Campers.
No,
because
I mean I say Western Energy is the part where it all starts falling apart, because Western Energy has a bunch of zany shit that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but at the very least with that, there was
like Stryker being able to swing, like Stryker being able to swing his lasso to grab onto a minecart track and swing his horse without the track, the rope, or his arm breaking.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but I don't know.
And then also, like, in addition to that, Solus getting stabbed in the heart and surviving.
Yeah, he's True Blood, ain't he? I don't know. I always thought they had regeneration powers.
And
Anyways,
also one more thing with Western Energy, like, okay, so Stryker shows up at the thing, and Solus clearly has some form of combat experience.
yeah.
I mean, it's not much, but in Lululand, when somebody tries to attack him, he, like, after he stops the gig of trying to get IMP to be his bodyguards, and somebody tries to attack him in Lululand, he immediately turns around and petrifies them. So when Stryker shows up on the restaurant and tries to kill him, why doesn't he just immediately do the same thing?
Don't know. This season, I think
he tries to freeze him later in the episode, but then at that point it's too late. Also, Stolas should have fallen off of the horse, because like he's just tied up, but he's not tied to the horse or attached in any way. Yeah. And he's put in such a way that the horse moving at all should knock him off. Him moving at all should knock him off. Stryker didn't confiscate his phone, which is fucking stupid. Why didn't he do that? And he let Stolas call for help from Blitz and IMP, and then Stryker after Stolas requests this help, then goes, "You know I could hear you, right?" And Stolas like, "Why did you give him a chance?"
Maybe just because he knew who worked at IMP, and he was like, "Well, I could technically, on a technicality, kill two birds with one bird."
And then also the entire hospital subplot with like this. They like to use that womp sound effect from SpongeBob, and this is the first instance I think they did it. And also the Family Guy death pose when the mom falls over, and the whole thing of Luna with the doctor and everything, and even the clerk there being like, "Oh, I can't read," and then like 2 seconds later reading the thing and being like, "Oh, Blitz, there's your name." Um, yeah, no, Western Energy is the beginning of the end for the show. That's when it started. That's when it all came. That's when it all began to start crumbling
I
down.
I wouldn't say Western Energy. I'd say Unhappy Campers, because it at least kept some of my attention, at least during Western Energy. Because I don't hate Western Energy. I think it's all right. But no, Unhappy Campers. Like Unhappy Campers, and then hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to read them all. Unhappy Campers. All the way, like Unhappy Campers was bad. Uh, Oops was alright. Mammon's Magnificent, whatever the fuck, was boring. The Full Moon was a botched mess. Apology Tour was good. Ghost Fuckers was bad. Mastermind was
No, it's funny.
alright. Was
It's
alright.
funny because the one good episode they have in a while, the next episode was just a middle finger to it.
Yeah, exactly. That's yeah. It was like the next good, the next all right, like the next actually pretty good episode. I almost just called it meh, but it was actually pretty good. It was like because I watched that episode multiple times. It was enjoyable, and that episode was like the next episode was like, well, fuck you then for liking that.
Maybe part of the reason why Apology Tour was so enjoyable is because it didn't have any kind of big finale climax.
Yeah, like I mean, it felt like a slice of life. That's
okay,
why.
okay, yes. Mammon's episode didn't have a fight scene, but it still had that giant show.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's not the same thing. So I'm not putting that under the fight scene criticism, but I can still say that the show has had way too many big epic climaxes.
Yeah,
that have less and less effect each time.
That was one of the things I did not like. Was just
you want to know why the one? You want to know why the? You want to know why one Apology Tour works, which is nice, and two, even Ghostfuckers kind of made it work. Not because of the actual content of the climax or anything, but with like a fight scene. The way they did it there was kind of refreshing because it was just a one-on-one.
Mm-hmm. And also, Ghostfuckers at the very least had good horror elements that made you kind of go, "Oh my god, this is fucking creepy." Well, then you look at the other episodes. Honestly, this was like the episode that made me just go, "God, this show is like going down the shitter fully." Like Ghostfuckers was like my big smack to the face of going, "This is what the show is, haha, sex joke." And I mean, like, I think honestly, Helluva or Has-Been Hotel, which I do like personally. I know you don't like it very much personally yourself, right? I don't think you like it.
Yeah, but I mean, once again, the one time I did watch it was at night, and I did it all in one sitting. So I think it would only be fair if I watched the show again.
Honestly, I would say give it another viewing, and if you don't like it,
I didn't like it. But to be fair, given the context, I wouldn't be surprised if there were any additional elements that played into me not liking it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like me not liking because I watched the Owl House in a span of a week. I do like it.
Why did you?
Why did I do it? Because I wanted to watch the Gaming Magic 13 video. That's kind of why. I was like, oh, fuck it. I want to watch the video. I'll start watching.
I watched the Owl House in the span of like, I think I actually also watched the Owl House in like a week. So I guess I can't make fun of you for doing that. To be fair, I actually had a really good time.
Yeah, it was a good show, but
you know what it is. You know what it is. I wasn't forcing myself to watch it all in a week.
Yeah.
At that point, I mean, I forced myself to watch it so I could see his video, but after the first 4 episodes, that was when I was just like, oh, I just like this show. I'm just gonna watch it.
Okay, real quick side tangent about that show. I literally watched one episode like after work. No wait, one episode before work, one episode after work, and then like when I got home from work, I watched like 4 episodes, and then, probably watch YouTube and then went to bed. But like that was my schedule for a little bit, and I just got through the entire show, no problems whatsoever. But yeah, this is one thing I will have to say. This is.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
You know what it is? Here's a comparison I'm going to make since it's another adult cartoon. I think Digipop wants Helluva Boss to be the next Rick and Morty.
Either the next Rick and Morty or the next Smiling Friends, to be fair. Because we was
No, I mean Rick and Morty because Rick and Morty is pretty mean spirited.
it's
But
just
here's the difference. Here's the key difference. Well, here's the key difference is that Rick and Morty has made a lot of mistakes, mind you. Like the entirety of season three, almost not the entirety, but almost the entirety of season two of Rick and Morty is awful, and it's just a middle finger to season two. Like it completely undoes character development and stuff, and I think that's really stupid. So season three is like the ghost fuckers of Rick and Morty.
yeah. I don't.
But here's the thing: is that Rick and Morty is paced far apart enough with all the major events that they all have weight to sink in. Between most episodes that have major stuff happening in them is a couple episodes that don't really have any significance and are just funny little things. But also, you can see gradual shifts in the characters over the course of the show. Like Rick starts out as an absolute monster who cares about very very little, but as the show goes on, he actually becomes he actually like sort of heals from his dark past. Not all the way. He's still not a good person, but he heals enough that you can actually empathize with him, not just see him as a wacky one-dimensional evil sign.
Mm-hmm. I just.
Yeah, he's the main example I'm using. But that's what I think. Disney Pop is trying to be the next Rick and Morty because Rick and Morty also has like swearing in it. It has dark humor. It has it has some gore and stuff and gross stuff going on from time to time. That it feels like Disney Pop saw Rick and Morty and wanted to do what it did, but cram it all into 2 seasons.
Yeah. I haven't watched Rick and Morty, so I couldn't say. But here's my
Well,
opinion.
okay. Here's the thing. Rick and Morty, just for reference, has 7 seasons at the moment, and each of them, with the exception of the first one, is 10 episodes long. With the first season having 11 episodes because the pilot was aired as well.
Mm, I see. Yeah. Okay.
So,
So
so,
can I ask you this?
so
Since we're
oh,
almost
sure.
we're almost at 2 hours on the call, so I don't want to keep you for too much longer. But I'm gonna ask. So season 3 probably will start releasing around middle of this 2025.
You know what it is? You know what season three is gonna. You say releasing. You say releasing as if it's not gonna get shut down by the fucking U.S. government.
Mm-hmm. Who knows? But what do you think? Do you think season 3 could be a redemption or the final nail in the coffin for the show?
I think it's. I mean, I hope it'll be a redemption, but I don't think that's gonna.
You don't think it's going to
Like
be?
once again, redemption is when some real big problems in the show started to show up for me, and they only got worse over the course of season two.
Yeah.
So I don't think. I think that unless Disney Pop noticed that there were problems, but like fans of the show still like the show, so I
Mm.
don't.
No, yeah, you're right about that. There are people who still love this show a lot, and I mean I don't blame them. The
It's
show
like
has
it's like
good
it's like
elements.
a well, okay. I like the show a lot, but I like it because of how bad it is. I like laughing at being so fucking stupid.
Well, I mean, here's what I'm going to say about what I think that this will be the because I'm debating because Sinsmith like when Sinsmith ended, I was like, do I want to?
Oh my god! Sorry. One more thing, since we didn't talk about it,
Oh yeah,
they obviously had no fucking idea what they were just like, oh, make her pregnant.
yeah. That I was going to bring this up real quick because since you brought up, since Millie seems like she's going to be playing a way bigger role. Do you think they'll actually fix the problem with Millie, or do you think they are
No,
just...
because if she's pregnant, she's not going to be able to go on missions.
Well, do you think there's going to be any episode based around her being pregnant? Or do you think it's...
Bro, when are we going to get the 9-hour episode of Helluva Boss? It's just really birthing.
Oh, God. I don't want to imagine that shit. I don't think this... I don't think this show... I think what's going to happen is episode 1's going to come out, and I'm going to watch it.
How funny would it be if Millie gave it's just a ratings grab in season 3, episode 1 starts with Millie like leaving a hospital and being like, "Ooh, I'm so relaxed now that I got that abortion."
God, that'd be so fucking horrible. Like, okay, here's the thing, because I've been watching a little show called Shameless, and quick warning for anybody: the show's very raunchy, and it shows them constantly having sex, and it's like certain characters, like not every character is like, well, I mean, I guess technically, but anyways, like you'll watch some characters, I'm like, dude, how much you want to bet one of them's gonna get fucking pregnant? And the person I'm watching with would just look at me and be like, "You watched the show already, didn't you?" And I'm like, "No, it's because that's obviously what they would do." Because like the amount of time they talk about sex in this fucking show is fucking crazy to me. You know what I mean?
Oh, sorry. One more thing about Sinvis. Moxie shooting Millie out of a building. I'm sorry. Well, one, that should have killed her, but two, the fact that it happened made me laugh so fucking loudly.
Oh, dude, it cracked me up whenever Millie, like, whenever they were like, when they were fucking around in the office, and then like just
he shot his wife out of a building.
Yeah, no, that was oh no, that was funny. I do. There are some moments that do make us laugh.
Once again, oh yeah, by the way, because in full moon, Luna needs to knock down a building so they land in the pool, which, by the way, shouldn't work at all because the building wouldn't land with the pool facing the same way it already was. That's not how fucking falling down works.
Yeah.
But the fact that Luna needed to do that means that Imps are not immune to fall damage. So how is Millie not dead after being shot out of a skyscraper window?
Maybe it was a decoy because, like, later on, like a little later, I think Millie was like behind the fucking whiteboard, and she flips out and punches Moxie in the face.
Well, I thought no, because it was like it wasn't like a dummy or anything. It was interacting with him, and then I thought she just fucking teleported in. She summoned the powers of Toy Story 4.
I guess so. So, overall, season 1 was not a good season. I would even say
season 1 was not a good season, but it at least had merit.
Sorry,
season 2 is
bad. I don't know why I did that. Do you have any hope for this show for it to get better, or do you think it's going to get worse, personally?
Yes, because I'm optimist. Yes, because I'm an optimist, but at the same time, realistically speaking, it probably won't.
Yeah.
I hope it, but it almost certainly won't. And it also, if it doesn't, I at least hope that it'll maintain the level of stupidity that makes me laugh that the first 2 seasons have.
Yeah, agreed. Well, that is I decided I wanted to do this mostly because I knew that me and you both finished the season, and I was like, well, before Roxy releases makes their video on season 4, or season 2, I wanted to actually have a discussion with you, and whenever your video comes out, go watch it. Obviously, you already reviewed season 1. You already had your opinions on season 1. It's out. Go watch it. I'm talking mostly to the audience here. Roxy doesn't need to rewatch their own videos. It's fine.
No, here's the funny thing is that in my season 1 video I did before realizing I was trans, and before I realized I was trans, I absolutely fucking hated Beelzebub and season 1 episode 8, and as soon as I realized I was trans, like my entire attitude flipped around because the actual criticism I give of that episode in the video is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
It's
Anyways,
not actually accurate. I just wanted to dog on it.
all I'm going to say right now, off topic, I'm actually excited for you to see the Mega Man 4 video because I don't know why. I just think you, out of everybody I know, will have like the most like you would be like the most, like you would actually give me a lot of solid criticism of what I think about that game. Anyways, I just wanted to bring that
Okay,
up.
I mean, at the same time, you thinking the game is mediocre is totally fine.
Oh no. You'll see in the video what I have to say about it. It's only called Mega Mid 4
like,
for the joke because my
oh wait, do you actually think it's good?
I guess you got to watch my review. Maybe I like it. Maybe I hate it.
No spoilers.
I don't want to spoil it. That's the fun part of the video. I go into what I think about Mega Man 4. I even say, do I think Mega Man 4 is mid? And then I give my answer. Like right after I say that. The video, I know it's weirdly off topic, but I just want to bring it up.
Okay, let's see. Other things. I think fans of Helluva Boss, like the unironic fans, like the collective I see talking about the show and stuff. I don't want to come on as an egotist here, but I'm just like, you guys are stupid. A lot of the things they say, where they're all like, "Oh, Blitz and Stolas broke up. That's so sad. I can't. They need to get back together." Or Octavia said Stolas is a bad father and doesn't want to see him anymore. Oh no! And it's like, yeah, they're right. as in the characters in the show, they're right.
I really do wonder. I do.
And once again, the whole defense when talking about the morality of the characters in the show, where I point out that the fans who watch the show just think that if something is meant to be funny, then you shouldn't hold the characters accountable for it. And that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
My only response to that is, Patrick thought it was funny. During that, what was that episode of SpongeBob where he had the card, that episode, the literal episode just called The Card? Like, remember that episode where Patrick thought it was kind of funny that he was like doing all this shit?
I've heard of it.
I've heard of it. It's a shitty SpongeBob episode. Oh god, it's not good. But
isn't it basically just Patrick having like an incredibly rare collectible that SpongeBob wants, and then Patrick basically just does a bunch of sort of things to give SpongeBob anxiety, thinking he's going to destroy it, and then Patrick literally states at the end that he's not even stupid, he just acts that way.
Yeah, basically. He just acts that way. That's basically the extent of that.
Why would you ever establish that? That just makes
it even worse.
Patrick continuity is non-existent in SpongeBob, so Patrick being stupid in other episodes I'm not going to take issue with.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
so
no.
At least I can ignore that one, but in the case of that episode, that means Patrick's just a fucking menace.
Yeah.
He's like Roderick from Giant Olympic Kid, but if Roderick fucking killed people.
Yeah, it's so dumb. But yeah, I guess we should end off the the discussion here. So I want to thank Roxy for coming out. We've been talking for nearly 2 hours now, or 2 hours now. Whenever Roxy reviews season 2 of Helluva Boss, highly recommend go watching that. Go watch season 1. I didn't talk about season 1 because I haven't watched season 1 in like almost a year now. Actually, a year from.
Do you want to do a video talking about season 1?
Yeah, but not now. Season 2 will be out because Season 2 just finished up, and then we'll return to Season 1. I gotta rewatch it, but after I rewatch it, we'll talk about Season 1.
Cool.
Same with the shorts. We didn't talk about the shorts. I didn't feel like covering them because I have not watched all of them. But,
let's see. Anything else? Beelzebub is the hottest character in all of Disscusion. She's a smash.
Stolas is funny, and the kid Stolas is adorable. That's why it's my profile picture on Xbox.
Mammon is also a smash because he's thick.
Something tells me you like these characters a lot.
Satan is also a
Oh god, it gets worse.
because he's buff. Asmodeus is also a smash because he's buff. Leviathan is a smash because she has 2 heads.
Wait, what does that have to... What? What does that have to do with anything?
She has twice the head. Lucifer's
true.
a smash.
Wait.
Lucifer's a smash. Lucifer's a smash because he's goofy.
Okay.
Belphegor is not a smash because she's asleep and therefore can't consent.
Okay. Alright, so I guess that's it for this discussion. Again, thank you, Roxy, for coming out and giving you...
Oh, yeah, also by the way, by the way, to everybody watching, I'm the one who got Millie pregnant.
Oh my god. I hope to god the twist is like a purple raccoon got Millie pregnant. That I would literally DM you and be like, oh my fucking god, and I thought you were joking.
Okay, it wouldn't even necessarily have to be a raccoon, but I don't know if they're a raccoon being, but if it was either like a hellhound or some sort of purple demon.
That would be fucked up because, Moxie, but it would also crack me up a little bit. I'd be like, oh my god.
No. Millie didn't cheat on Moxie with me. Moxie was perfectly fine with it. He's sterile.
Gotcha. There's a logic.
It's just the thing is Moxie agreed to let us do it. Moxie agreed to let us do it as long as she could watch.
Oh my god, that's horrible. Anyways, that's it for the Helluva Boss Season 2 discussion. I normally don't post these over here on Evil Spirit Vlogs, but I decided to do this one while I'm preparing the Game Awards upload, because I still got to work on that, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want us to do Season 1, comment down below. Thanks again, Roxy, for coming out. Go check them out. Link down to their YouTube channel, and shout out to their YouTube channel. They live stream. They do reviews. They're currently doing the Helluva Boss Season 2 review. They might be live streaming right now. Did you go check? Did you go check? If you didn't check, go check now. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not.
For a second, I thought you were talking to me, and I was like, I'm not doing it.
You're not doing any right now. Maybe you're doing one right this second. It's like the screen pans out, and it just shows you're doing a live stream.
So when you look at my channel on security, like the Binding of Isaac for 7 hours.
Aha! I knew it! Also, I'm just gonna say this right to your face. Fuck you again for making me play Mighty Number 9. That game fucking reeks. This game is dog shit. I hate this game so much.
I'm sorry, did I make you cry like an anime fan on prom night?
Yes. I have yet to beat the second boss, because I beat Shade.
Oh my, wait, okay, sorry, I didn't get any notification.
No, I don't have it uploaded. It will be uploaded, part 1, I think, if I'm correct, it will be uploaded Thursday. Like,
yay!
You get to see me play it and lose my shit, because I played it at... Oh, what game was I playing? I played it in, like, 12 in the morning, like, 1 in the morning. Oh, it was after my Poppy Playtime live stream. Fuck that game, by the way. Anyways, we should end this now. Thank you all for listening and or watching. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.